spot. And I know customer priority usually they have like their cars like closer up, but it could have still been closer than what his car was basically. So anyway, his car was kind of far, but I'm like, okay, let me just, maybe he went to lunch and there was no parking. This was the only spot. Like, I don't know. I was thinking of it. So I get in the car. Although it was like the summertime, you know, at night it's kind of like breezy a little bit. And like I said, usually I leave around like 3, so it's still hot outside. I could still walk around with no jacket, no nothing, because it's hot. But I left later this time, so I literally didn't have like no hoodie, no sweater, no nothing, no long sleeve. So it was a little chilly at this time. And so I remember saying like, oh, like I'm cold. I was like going like this in the car, and I'm like, I'm cold. And he was like, I'll warm you up. That should have been flag number 1. Like, now that everything is coming back, like that should have been flag number 1. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, warm me up, like what? So I'm just thinking it's like a joke type of thing. So again, didn't pay any mind. I'm just on my phone and stuff, and we're driving, and he's like, you're on your phone a lot. So I'm like, I mean, what am I supposed to do? Were we supposed to talk? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't like awkward situations. Like, have you ever been in a situation that's like, you don't really know what to say? Or it's like a weird, like, situation, so you're just like on your phone to kind of like pass time? That's basically exactly what I was doing, just trying to pass time. So I'm just on my phone. He's like, you're on your phone a lot. And I'm like, I just like laughed. It was like, I mean, what am I supposed to do? He was like, I mean, you could talk to me. So I just didn't say anything after that, because it's like what do you say to that? We only been driving for like 2 minutes or whatever. So I'm like still like kind of like cold. Like I guess he can feel me like shaking a little bit, because I'm like anemic. So like I get cold even if it's hot outside. I get cold. So like I'm like shaking and stuff. I'm still like on my phone, and he was like, I'll warm you up, and grabs my hand and literally like tries to put my hand in his pants or whatever. So I yanked my hand back, and I'm like, oh, what are you doing? And he's like, you said your hands was cold. I'm like, I can warm them up myself. Like, just turn the heat on. Like, I don't need to touch you for my hands to be warm. Like, I'm fine. I'm okay. So right then and there, I text my friend, and I'm gonna insert the messages. And I think I said like, something is weird. Like, it just don't feel right or something like that. Like my manager is being weird. I text my friend, and she's like, what's going on? Like why you say that? Da da da. So I'm busy texting her. I never looked up to see where we were going, and when I finally did look up, I seen that we were going in a totally different direction than our home. Like, if we both live near each other and he knows where we were going. So I'm like, where are we going? And he was like, quick. And I'm like, no, like, take me home. I want to go home. My heart just,
Sound
oh my
like
God.
when I got arrested, bro. Except I wasn't asking this nigga no questions. Yeah. Yes, I'm alive.
Gosh, what is, like, what is he about to do? So I text my friend, like, if I'm not home in 15 minutes, call my mom, like, I'm just telling my friend, like, something is just not right. Call 911. Like, seriously, like, he's acting weird. So, fast forward, he pulls over, and all I see is, like, trees. Like, all I see is trees. Like, we're in, like, woods or some type of, like, weird, sketchy place. So, he pulls over, he locks the door, and I'm just like, oh my God, like, what? Why? Like, I'm just thinking of the worst, like, scared for my life. Like, seriously, like, what the heck is going on? So he was like, give me a kiss. And I'm like,
Ew.
no. And he's like, come on, like, why not? Like, we here. And then I was about to open the door, and I think he felt me just about to just leave. He locked the door. So I'm like, oh my God, like, so I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, I'm getting kidnapped, and something else is like about to happen. Like, I just, like, so much was going through my mind. It was just like, I'm scared for my life. I'm texting my friend. I'm like, something is not right. Like, something is off. And she's trying to call me. And I'm like, stop calling me. Like, he's gonna know. Like, I'm telling somebody. So I kept trying. She kept calling and calling me, because, you know, like, she's my friend. She's worried. and I'm just trying to hurry him. I'm declining the call because I didn't want him to like react. I was watching something on YouTube about like if you ever got kidnapped, like don't give your like suspect a reason to attack or a reason to like want to hurt you, basically. Like just don't alert your suspect. Don't make them, don't scare them to them thinking like, oh, she's about to call 911, I'm gonna kill her now. Like, do not give them any reason to really harm you. Like, just act calm. Like, panicking makes things worse. So that's how I was basically trying to tell my friend, like, stop calling me. I do not want him to think anything is off. So he reaches over again, forces my hand back, trying to like make me touch his privates and stuff, pulling it out and everything, and like trying to like grip my neck for me to kiss him, like all that stuff. Don't you have a wife? Like what? Like why are you doing this? You have a whole wife, you have kids, or you have a whole family. What is wrong with you? And he's like, my wife's not here right now. I'm with you, like, and all this stuff. So he proceeds to try to like grab me, like literally like pulling me over here to the driver's seat. So at this point, I'm just like blacked out, honestly. But like I was smart about everything. So I'm like, okay, take me home, and we gonna park up in front of my house. What you want me to do? That's exactly what I said to him. And he was like, come on, like what's the difference? We right here. And I'm like, I don't want to, like, this is the woods and stuff. Like, if you really want me, take me home. We gonna park up in front of my house and stuff. So he was like, all right, like, dumbass nigga. Cool, I agree with that. I want you to feel comfortable, or whatever the case may be. Like, my heart is still like pounding, and like I'm trying to hold back the tears because I don't want him to think like something. Like, I did not want him to be thrown off. Like, one, he's a manager. Like, if he can lose his job, like, I do not want to be raped in the back of somebody's car. I don't want to be thrown in the woods. Like, I watch too many like scary shows and movies, and I've seen this so many times, and I know people who actually were like raped and sexually assaulted. So like I'm like, I cannot be raped in the back of this car. Like, he's driving, and my heart is just pounding. I'm watching. I'm still texting my friend, like, cause she's like, text me, what's going on? I'm like, and I'm like, count down the clock. If I'm not home at this time, call the cops and then call my mom. Like, that's all I kept trying to tell my friend. I'm like, don't ask me no questions. Just know if I don't text you in the next 15 minutes, call the cops and call my mom. So we get in front of my house. The doors are still locked. I'm like, unlock the doors. He was like, no, like, you said you was gonna do what you gonna do, so do it. And I'm like, unlock the doors. Like, come on. Like, I'm playing it so cool, but I'm literally shaking inside, like, and trying not to cry, like, in front of him and stuff. So I'm like, just unlock the door. Like, come on. My dumb ass wouldn't even know I got kidnapped. And he's like, no, because then you're not going to do what I want you to do. And I'm like, I will when you unlock the door. He was like, all right. He unlocked the door. I ran so fast, like, that was the fastest I've ever ran in my entire life. And I literally just ran home, busted to the door, and my mom was on the couch and stuff. And she probably just seen it all over my face, and she's like, what's wrong? What happened? I'm like, nothing. I go upstairs crying my eyes out, like. I mean, he took her back to the house. What can she really ask for? I'm about to get emotional again, but I'm not, because I haven't even cried about this in years. But I was so scared for my life, like literally so scared. So like I go home, I'm upstairs, I'm just crying my eyes out. I'm talking to my friend. My friend's like, tell your mom. And I'm like, no. Anybody, like, I just don't want to talk to anybody. Like, I turned my phone off. I was off of social media. Like, I was like scared to death. And this is the kicker. So the next day, we worked together 9 to 3 from our original shift. He was there, which is me and him. I come in, he's like, what's wrong? Like, I'm so silent and like just feel like dead inside, basically. And he's like, what's wrong with you? Like, coming to my office and stuff. I'm like, no, like, I'm okay. I'd rather just stay outside and try to get people to come into the store. So I'm outside the whole day or whatever. I can't hear shit. And then the second shift comes, and there's this guy, I can't remember his name. What was his name? I can't remember his name, but it was this guy that I used to always like. We were kind of like cool. He was like, "What's wrong?" And I'm goes in, clocks in, he comes back out, and he's like, I know something is wrong with you. Like, seriously, I can just tell, like, this is not you. You're never quiet. You're never, like, you just look like something happened. So, honestly, if it wasn't for him, I probably would have never exposed the guy. I would have never even opened up or nothing, because, like, I don't know, like, he was there, and he was just saying, like, just tell me what's wrong, what's up.
Girl,
So
I wouldn't even have known I got kidnapped.
I told him every single thing. He's like, you need to tell somebody. Like,
I
now,
would
and I'm
have
like,
walked my dumb ass right. I would have walked to the house, said nothing. Wouldn't even have cried about the shit because I didn't even know it was wrong. That's the crazy part about my situation. I pray to God I don't never get kidnapped. I don't even be knowing what's normal, what's not normal no more. I don't know if the shit normal or not. I don't be fucking even knowing.
no, like, I'm scared. Like, he knows where I live. Like, I was scared. Like, if I get this man fired, he's going to come to my house and try to do worse. So I'm like, no, I'm scared. Like, I'm just going to play it off. I'm just going to forget it happened. He's like, no, like, you need to say something. And I'm just, like, crying outside.
This reminds me of that show on Netflix
like,
where she got kidnapped by her teacher. Like, what will make a nigga that is in authority do some stupid ass shit like this? Like, bitch, do not kidnap people. What the hell? It's a shame. It is really a shame.
Like, yeah, no, like, you have to say something. So I'm like, I'm scared. Like, please, like, don't tell. Like, I literally was scared. So then our other manager, so, like, his manager's manager, so, like, the boss's boss came, and he's like, and he was the one who, like, trained me and stuff. So he was like, what's wrong? Like, why are you not, like, yourself and everything? And I'm like, no, I'm fine, da-da-da, like, playing it
People
off.
ask
And then
what's
the guy,
wrong, like, you gonna tell their ass,
like,
oh,
tell
by the way.
And I'm like, no, like, I'm scared. So the guy was like, okay, I'm going to go to Dunkin' Donuts. I'll be right back. So when he left, I texted the boss. We all had each other numbers. So I texted him, and I was like, I lied earlier because I'm scared. I didn't want to say anything. Please don't, when you tell this and when you report this, don't say that it came from me. Just say it was somebody at the job. Like, please do not say that it came from me. So I texted him, like, everything, told him the story. He reported it, of course, to HR. Like, the next day, I worked again, and I seen him leaving, the manager. He was like, and everybody, he looked pissed, like, so mad. And everybody's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? He was like, HR just told me I'm fired because somebody reported that I sexually assaulted them, da-da-da-da. So he's, like, pissed, and everybody...
What is sexual assault? Like, on a real serious note, what the fuck is sexual assault? Like, because she's saying that he just grabbed her hand and he put it down her pants. Is that sexual assault? Like, I'm confused. Like,
all acting dumb, like, who, like, what happened? And he's like, I don't know, it was somebody in here. So I just was, like, on the side, just like, why would they do that? Like, why would they make a whole scene and, like, fire him right in the middle of a shift? Like, they didn't even wait to, like, I was kind of upset about that because it's like, I'm here with him at work. He could have, like, did anything to me. Like, I don't know. I was kind of upset about that. But yeah, well, he basically got suspended, and the HR called me and said he denied everything. He lied. He said I'm lying and all this stuff. And then I thought about it. I had those texts from my friend saying, like, I'm scared, call my mom, my manager's being touchy, like, all of that. I had those texts, so I sent those texts to HR. I had all the proof, the timestamp. I was like, watch us on camera, get into his car, then look at the text. It was like a 10-minute difference. So we were driving for like 5 to 10 minutes before, like, everything started. So there was like a different there was like a 5 to 10 minute difference.
you know, every time I smoke weed, I be dehydrated.
From us leaving the store on camera, then me texting my friend, the dates all lined up. Like, everything I said was clearly true. So he basically, at the end of the day, got fired, and they were asking me if I wanted to switch location. So I'm like, no, I'd rather just leave the store altogether. Working here, but I'm just not comfortable of him knowing, like, where I live, where I work, like, stuff like that. Like, I I just was not comfortable. But thank God I was starting school around that time, so it was like I wasn't going to be home. Like if he was to stalk me, who knows? He probably was standing outside of my house. But either way, I did go right to school, and I lived on campus, so I never really see him again. That was a scary time. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, and I always.
I like to see how many comments they got. I be like, damn, this got 22,000 comments.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel.
I think I've seen this before.
I want to talk about something with you guys, and I keep having problems with this eyelash. But I want to talk about something with you guys because, like, some of the most viewed videos on YouTube are like, pretty much girls talking about their kidnapping stories, and it really kind of annoys me. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm no one. I've never been a YouTuber to post my opinions about how I feel about other people, but it really does annoy me when girls make these videos about almost getting kidnapped and stuff, and I'm not saying like that's not a traumatic experience, but it's just like I feel like some girls kind of add extras to it, and then naturally girls do add extras to it. So I'm not knocking anybody, but it really does kind of annoy me when I see some videos. It's really interesting. Oh, I got kidnapped. Oh, how I survived. And you go to their video and they talk about how they were walking down the street and someone was looking at them suspiciously in a car, and then the person pulled over and offered them a ride, and they said no, and the person pulled off.
Basically,
and that
like the
was the
story
end of
we
it.
just
And then
seen.
they feel like they almost got kidnapped. And the reason why it bothers me so much is because I was kidnapped. I was actually kidnapped. When I was 12 years old, I was kidnapped and I was sold, okay? Let's talk about this. There's a lot of stuff that I don't bring to my channel because I'm healing, and some stuff I just simply want to forget. I'm not gonna lie, but I want to speak out because I kind of feel a little insulted by the fact that people make videos about their fake kidnappings or how they were almost kidnapped and I was actually kidnapped. So let me tell you my story of my actual kidnapping, and you'll kind of see why I'm a little upset. I mean, I'm not throwing shade or anything. Like, I'm not trying to if you understand what I'm trying to say, then thank you so much. If you don't, you're probably going to be a troll and you're probably going to talk crap on my videos, and that's okay because I'm just going to delete your comment. But
All right, y'all gotta go.
pretty much this is my kidnapping story.